Hello, everyone. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Dee. Dee is from England in the UK. So let's see what Dee has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Dee. How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing really good. Doing really, really good. Yeah. Just finished work about half an hour ago. Now I'm doing
my
this
God.
interview with you now.
Thanks again. Thanks for taking the time on your busy day for you. Thank you.
Absolutely no worries, man. No worries. Like
So
I
tell
said,
me,
cool project. I'd love to involved.
thank you. Thanks again. So tell me, how's your week going so far? What has been the highlight of your week?
I recorded my first radio show on Wednesday. So I've got a
Wow.
radio chat show which will be going forward every Sunday. So that's currently being edited to out this Sunday on the Red radio station. Shameless plug. Yeah, that should be a good little experience for everyone, really. Everyone involved, and including myself.
Wow.
So that's the highlight of my week. That's definitely been the
Wow.
highlight of my week.
And
What about you? What about you?
Okay, the highlight of my week this week. Good question, actually. What has been the highlight? You know what? I've been doing some physio on my arm, physiotherapy,
Okay.
and it's acupuncture, yeah, on my elbow. And this
Okay.
week, I feel much more. I had a session this week, and after the session, I was feeling a bit of pain before, and now I'm feeling much better. So I think the highlight was after I finished the acupuncture session.
Nice. Nice.
So tell me, where are you from, Dee?
I'm from a small town called Stockton-on-Tees in the northeast of England.
I see.
Small working class town. We were known for our shipbuilding and our steel. Well, the whole region was known for its steel. But my hometown was known for its industry. We were actually one of the biggest producers of chemical fertilizer in
Wow.
the country, and
Wow.
everyone knew someone who worked for this company. The company was called ICI, and everyone knew someone or was meant to work in the ICI. They had branded towels. I remember my granddad said you'd always know someone with at least an ICI towel. And he still has his in his loft. You wouldn't want to use it today because it's like sandpaper, but he's still got his, and it's a big part of our history. Unfortunately,
Wow.
the actual building got demolished in 2020. I'm pretty sure it was, and it's now being built upon for another big industry, which hopefully can bring some more jobs back to my area because God knows we need it.
Wow. And how far are you from London?
Oh, it's about a 6.5 hour drive. About a 6.5 hour
Okay.
drive.
I see.
The last time I got a train from Darlington, and it took me about an hour and 50 minutes, about 2 hours
Wow.
on that train, which was pretty good because they had a conference down there. So there you go.
So tell me, what do you do for work, for living, Dee?
So I work in telecommunications for one of the biggest internet providers in the country.
Okay.
But I'm also heavily involved in politics, and I'm also a business owner. I'm a small business owner as well. I partially own my own brewery. I own 50%
Oh,
with my business partner Chris, and yeah, it's a hell of a lot more fun than answering phone calls all day.
wow, that's amazing. Okay, so during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey so far, okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
But before we start our journey within the magic box, I would like you
we
to
do
tell me
need the magic box.
I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Jesus. Um, something interesting about me. I mean, I met the late Queen when I was about 7 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, when I was 7 years old, I shook her hand, and we weren't meant to speak to her. We were just meant to shake her hand and bow our head. But I said hello, and she had a little chuckle at that. So that's probably my best moment.
My God.
Yeah, and I've also been hypnotized by the hypnotist Darren Brown. If you've ever heard of him, uh, that was something else. That was an experience.
Oh,
Definitely. Um, but yeah, that would probably be my two biggest facts about myself, apart from the fact that I'm a business owner and stuff like that. And not a lot of people can say that at 23 that they own their own
totally.
business, which
Totally.
is pretty cool, I think. Yeah,
Oh my God. I love this story about meeting the Queen.
yeah,
What a moment in your life. Wow.
yeah.
That's
60
incredible.
years on the throne, and she shook my hand. Well,
Wow.
70 years before she passed away. Um,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
that was a good day. Um, yeah.
Great.
Uh,
I love. I think you are the first. I have here over 1,000 interviews on the show around the globe, and
wow.
you're the first person who just say that you just shake the Queen's hand. Wow, that's amazing.
My dad met the king. My dad's met the king. He went to his garden party
Oh,
and spoke with
wow.
him and Camilla. So that's one thing which my dad's
That's,
got a claim to fame for as well.
that's amazing. I love
Service and
that.
education.
Fun enough, okay, let's talk like as we talk about the royal family. I've been in a bedroom with
Mhm.
the twins, the sister, William Prince William's cousin, the two sisters is Beatrice and
Eugenie.
yes. So yes, so I was working in a hotel a few years ago in London, and I was doing room service, and they called me to the room to bring something. I didn't know who was there, just two regular cokes. And I went to the room and I could see some security outside, and I was like, "Oh, might be someone famous inside of the room." So when I rang the bell and they opened the room, there was like 12 people in the room, like people on the phone, people talking, people doing hair of two girls sitting next to each other. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. So there was the two sisters sitting there doing their hair. I think they had like an
Wow.
interview thing. So they went to the hotel just to get ready for the event. And I was in the
Mm,
same bedroom with both of them. I was like, wow, that's a moment to remember for sure.
that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Um, yeah, there's not many other famous people that I've met, really.
Oh, oh, I could tell you so many because in this hotel I was working, I met a lot of Mary Streep, Robert. Yes, I could tell so many people that I met. That's anyway. Let's for the interview. It's about you, not about me.
Yeah, exactly.
D, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I have here my best friend. Full of random fun questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just gonna play a song just first to relax before the first question.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, cool.
let's do it. Okay, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change. Okay.
Mhm.
First question is, if you were to raise a child, what are the most important thing would you like them to learn?
Respect is earned. Um, Respect is a big thing for me.
Mhm.
There's people who demand respect, and there's people who have earned it for whatever reason. Okay. I have met people who have demanded respect from me, but there is none given back,
Right.
especially within the day job that I do. I'll be as respectful as possible, but they'll talk to me like I'm a piece of dirt under their shoe. And then I will slightly step out of line, and they'll be like, I want to speak to your manager. You're being so disrespectful and rude. You've just called me every name under the sun.
Oops.
But the people who will come through as calm, cool, collected as possible, want to get through the issue. They're not going to shout and swear at me and everything like that. Those are the people who will have my respect in return.
Right.
So that is one of the main reasons. That is one of the main things I would want to teach my children if they ever become a thing. Always that respect is earned. Doesn't matter if the person is older than you. Doesn't matter if the person is younger than you. If they have earned your respect, you give them it. If they haven't, still treat them nicely. Don't be but respect is always earned. That's the way I've always been taught.
Totally agree. I think respect is the main thing about everything, about respect, starting from that. I think the same as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's do it. Hey, next question is, do you know anyone who is living their life to the fullest?
My dad. My dad is definitely living his life to his fullest. My dad is 54 this year, and he's always in the gym. Okay,
Wow.
My dad is huge, but also he's taking every opportunity which comes to him. He's really seizing the moment. Like obviously, I mentioned he met the king shortly after his coronation.
Wow.
But he's never passing up opportunities. He's always doing things which will enrich his life and will make sure that he does live his life to the fullest. It probably started after we lost my grandmother last year, and after we lost her, he sort of really hit home that life is short for him.
Wow.
So he's really took the live your life to the fullest mentality and just went with it.
Wow. Is your dad the person you are the most close to in your family?
Well, I'm close to both of them. So my parents have been together 25 years this year.
Wow.
So they've been together since 2000, and it'll be 25 years this August. So I'm close with both of them. So but we did spend a lot more time together because he didn't used to work very long hours when I was like really, really young. And he used to have a very flexible working schedule. He doesn't anymore, but that doesn't really bother me because he's a teacher. He works 5 days a week, has weekends off.
Wow.
So he used to take us out everywhere, because my mum used to be the one who used to work like 6 days a week. So he used to take us out everywhere, and I was really close to my dad. But then, obviously, as I got older, we did still do stuff together, of course.
Yeah.
Still do stuff together now at the age of 23. But yeah, we still are close, but we were a lot closer when I was a lot younger.
I see.
But he's a very nice dude. Very nice dude.
Amazing. Okay, so your parents, they're watching this interview right now, and you have a moment, an opportunity to send them a message. What would you say? They're watching.
I love you both. Your house is still standing, and I hope Dora's okay. Dora's my little dog.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, next question. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me a little bit about your business, when the idea came along.
So the business has actually been going since 2018. I joined in 2022.
Okay.
I met Chris, my business partner, by complete coincidence at a Christmas market in a town called Newcastle. And I tried his product, liked it, stood around, hung out with him for a bit, and then he got a rush of customers, and I basically started helping him. And that's what sort of just kicked off the fact that we need to work together. And we have been since middle of 2023, and we've done some pretty cool stuff together. It's been great. He managed to get me working and mentally healthy again after my breakup. And yeah, we are just like really good friends. Really great guy. Chris, if you're watching this, buddy, gonna love you. All right.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so that's really how the business got started. He started it out of a spare room in his house. He then had a child, and that spare room couldn't be used anymore. So he bought a unit, which then went to 2 units, which is now back to 1 unit. And yeah, he got me back into fitness and stuff like that. And I'd probably be a diabetic alcoholic if it wasn't for Chris. So yeah, I owe him a lot.
I can see Chris watch this interview and he's smiling right now.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is.
Send my regards to him, okay?
Yeah.
Next question is, if you could ask for a miracle, what that would be?
Less hours at my day job, but for more money. No. Just an end to this tirade that the world's got against marginalized groups.
Mm-hmm.
People of color, queer people, people who just don't fit the straight white mold of the way that a lot of politicians see things nowadays. Because that's not what the world is. The world isn't just one color, one way of doing things. There is a lot of many creeds, lots of different ways for people to express themselves, and that's not being reflected by the people in power at the minute. It is a miracle, but one day it will happen. It will absolutely happen.
For sure, for sure. And you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you're very into politics. You always like this politics.
Yes. The biggest political event in my lifetime was Brexit. And
wow.
At the time, my parents were big Remainers, and I see it as there's pros and cons to each when it comes to Brexit. But I've always been a big fan of trade unions as well. So trade unions will always help anyone, no matter what you look like, no matter who you are. If you have a trade union, you've got backing. You've got backing. And I made sure to get involved with trade unions for as many jobs I've had. So I'm actually a member of 3.
Wow.
No, 2. I would have joined 3 if the previous job had panned out. Anyway, so I'm a member of the Communication Workers Union for all this stuff. But I'm also a member of the Equity Actors Union as well.
Mhm.
So I'm the only person within my party to be a part of two trade unions.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a good one, to be fair. But I will always try my best to help as many activists or trade unionists or whatever through the work I do, um, especially young trade unionists as well, and through something which I believe a hell of a lot in, and that's education. Education helps everyone, and it should be free to everyone as well.
Totally.
Education should be free no matter where you come from,
Yeah,
because it is important.
totally. Good. Good miracle, for sure.
Thank you.
Next question. You like dancing?
Not really. I got fired for it for one job.
And for the next question, of course, we got connected through TikTok, yeah? And
Yes.
when I was checking your profile, it says there, pan and poly.
Yes.
It means, pan means pansexual and poly
Yes.
means polyamorous.
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so tell me a little bit more about a person who is, about your journey as a pansexual and also polyamorous.
Yeah. So I didn't discover I was polyamorous till I was about 21. 2021. I knew I was pansexual from probably about 14, 15.
Okay.
So my journey as a pansexual was obviously a lot of education had to be done on behalf of peers because they just thought I was bi, but actually no, because there's a bit of a difference. Pan is hearts, not parts. Bi is just
So that's the biggest difference between bisexual and
yeah,
pansexual. But bisexual, it's that they can go both sex, and
yeah,
pansexual is more about emotions, how you feel about the others.
yes,
Okay, I
yeah.
got it.
It's more like who you are on the inside. So it's like um my partner Vance, he's an American trans man, and he is just the sweetest soul ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be sending him this, so he can watch this and then call me gay afterwards. Um, but he is the sweetest soul ever, and that's one of the reasons why I'm attracted to him. It's the same with my other two partners, Steffi and Rebecca as well. Two very, very good people who didn't win my affection just because they look like a supermodel. Yes, they are, all three of them are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. It's a bonus, but they're also good people,
Totally.
and that's what matters to me more than what's in your trousers. So it doesn't really matter what you look like, where you come from. Just it's really my ethos for life. Just be a good person, and people will like you.
Totally.
That's the way it should be for everyone. Because people are
Absolutely.
like, oh yeah, I want my partner, 5'5", 110 pounds, but they can be thick only around the butt area. And I'm just like, just give me someone who will like me and also want to build Lego with me.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm golden. I'm golden. I'm set. Um, but yeah, like that's my journey really as a pansexual, but as a polyamorous person, it's it's something which is looked down on by a couple of the um, heterosexual exclusionists in the queer community. So they're people who want to like excuse like heterosexual people from coming to Pride, like allies and stuff like that. And I've always said, if they're here to support us, they are more than welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and it happens every year around Pride as well. There'll be people who will say, bisexual women, you're invited, but leave your straight boyfriend at home. No, bring him. There'll be so many more straight boyfriends there who will literally just talk about computers and Minecraft with you. It's going to be great. It's like daycare, but for boyfriends. But Pride is a great event. Everyone should be able to attend,
Yeah,
no matter what. I've been to a few Pride festivals up and down like the north, and they've all been great atmospheres and great, and some of them have been family-friendly events as well.
absolutely, absolutely.
Like I've had, so I went in this like really like floral ensemble, with like stonewashed jeans and my Doc Martens on, and this little girl wouldn't stop staring at me, and I just went hi, and they were like, "Oh, do you want a picture?" I was like, "Oh, like, do you want a picture with him?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll take a picture." So I took a picture with this child, and she loved it.
No,
And like when and a lot of people think, "Oh yeah, the gays are just here to groom your kids." No, we're not. We're really not. We don't care if your kid's
absolutely,
straight or gay. We could just they're a kid at the end of the day. Why are you caring about who they're going to be
totally,
trying to get with
absolutely.
on the playground? That's weird on your part, sir. But yeah, we've been it's a battle we're fighting, but it's also kind of a battle that we're losing at the minute, especially with the recent Supreme Court um message that was put out. And I'm not going to go into it too much. I've done a whole video on my TikTok, but there's so much injustice in the world, and trans women are not the problem for that.
Totally.
Yeah,
Cool. Thanks for sharing. Thank you.
awesome.
Right. Next question is, tell us something that you have done that you feel very proud of yourself.
When I thought everything had just ended for me, like I mentioned after my breakup last year, I got back up and I just kept going. I just I got back on the horse. I got involved with all my side projects. I got more involved with work. I just chucked myself headfirst into everything which I could.
Hmm.
And it really helped because there's so much which needed to be done to make sure that I can keep going with the projects that I've got. And if I'm just like, I'm just going to rot in bed all day, leaving my job. I'm not going to keep going with my side business. I'm just going to stay here. I'd probably end up, like I said, an alcoholic diabetic. And it's like this woman, she's amazing, and I wish her the best of luck in everything. I hold no animosity towards her. I wish her the best of luck in everything. I've never once said a bad thing about her. We were on different paths in
Yeah.
life, and it just wasn't viable. I remember the next day I um took a half day at work just so I could go back to bed,
Wow.
and I woke up about 2 hours later, and I literally just went, "What the hell am I gonna do for the rest of the day?"
Right.
Like, so I ended up getting my friends together, and we all just went out, tried to help me forget everything, and it worked.
Amazing.
I had the best people around me to help me out, and
Amazing.
they were amazing people, and I can't thank them enough for what they
Beautiful.
for what the support that they've given me. Um,
I think people, our friends around us, they are sometimes the only help that we need to put us back together on our feet. It's not easy, of
yeah,
course, break up, my God, break up, it can hurt you so much. However, it's just about learning. It's about life. Life is about that. And you are so young as well.
yeah,
And, it's just about it, and he's just getting ready for the next relationship, and he's always like that. He'll always learn something, for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
2 questions left. Let's do it.
Oh, wow. Jesus, that really didn't take us long.
It means we are having a good time, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Next question is, if you could go anywhere in the world right now, right this moment, where would you go and why?
Oh, can I just say world trip around the Med in Asia? Probably Japan. I've always wanted to visit Japan. Me and Chris have always said if we ever like sell off a non-controlling share of the business, if we get high enough to, if we get like enough money to do so and enough profile to do so, we would go to Japan for a month, because we do Aikido, which is a Japanese martial art which focuses mainly on pressure points and submissions than it does to do with punches and kicks. And I just went, hell yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. If we ever get enough money to do so, we are doing that. And I've held him to that, and that could be quite close to the future. I'm going to be completely honest.
Wow.
But yeah, we are doing well. But yeah, more than likely it would be Japan. I love the culture. I love the food.
Me too.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Great country. I would rather go to Japan than anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
Possibly Kyoto or Tokyo, and just live there for a month, and it'll be great, because it's always been a dream destination for me. It's top of the bucket list. So yeah, wrap that up with Japan.
I might join you and Chris, because it's my bucket list as well to go to Japan. Literally, the top of my bucket list. Literally. Let's do it one day together. 3 of us.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll hold you to
that. Last question, ready?
Yeah, go.
Let's do it, last one. There you go. You can dance for sure. Just be modest. You just be modest. Before the last question, D, what's the meaning of life for you?
Live it to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
Take every opportunity that you can. Don't be a horrible human being. Don't live in hate. Treat everyone as you wish to be treated.
Yep.
I'm going to quote the Bible with love thy neighbor, because even though I'm not a Christian, it's one of the most poignant Bible quotes, which a lot of people do not follow who claim to be a follower of Jesus Christ. Just don't let hate rule your life. Just be a good human being. Like I said, take every opportunity. Do everything. If you think that if I do this, I'm gonna look weird, but there's about 20 other people doing it, you're gonna look weird with other people. Like, trust me, I used to work on the holiday parks. Okay? My NDA hasn't expired yet, so I can't say what I was gonna say, but I used to do a lot of stuff which made me look weird. But you wanna know something? There was another guy on stage with me, so that's 2 people looking weird. And we used to do it in a big room in Devon Cliffs Holiday Park, with about 60 other trainee animation hosts. So it doesn't matter who's looking at you. You're going to look strange, but that's how you know you're doing it right.
Totally.
Thank you very much for having me, William. I appreciate this.
It really feels so great. It feels so great to feel weird, to be weird. I love being weird. I think it's a gift when you can just be different. It's a gift to be different. It's not easy, because the outside can be very strong. However, it's great to be weirdo. I love it. Last question is, what is the worst thing someone can say on a first date?
Oh, what was my last question? That's where I got philosophical. I'm married.
Oh my god, that's
That's a deal breaker. Worst thing someone can say on a first date. Possibly, yeah, I'm married. Unless this is a pre-planned thing and the husband agrees, because I like that. If they say that they're married and their husband doesn't know, I'm out. That's a red flag.
Oops, I love it. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay. Let's start with money.
Greed.
Family.
Love.
Life.
Journey.
Okay. Religion.
Community.
Love.
Again, journey.
Sex.
Passion.
Okay. Politics.
Essential.
I was waiting for this word because I know you're into politics. I was just waiting.
Yeah.
A word. Friendship.
Family.
Desire.
Pass. Nothing's kept in my head for that one.
Okay, not a problem. Regrets.
I have a few.
Okay. Success.
Luck.
Wish.
Star.
Happiness.
Pursuit.
One word for England.
Divided.
One word for your business.
Amazing.
And the last one now, if you could define your page on TikTok, in one word, what that would be?
Oh god. That's 2 words.
It's okay, you can say 2 words, fine.
Living room. It feels like you're in someone's living room.
Amazing. People, they pointed out your blue eyes on TikTok. They make a comment.
Thank my dad for them. I got my dad's eyes. Thank my dad.
Wow, amazing. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your dad for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your dad, define D in one positive and one negative word only. What he would say?
Negative, always complains about work. Positive, I would probably say headstrong, because once I've got my mind on something, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up.
What's your star sign astrology?
I'm a Leo. I'm August 10th, so I'm a Leo.
Ooh. That's why you have this beard like that? I'm joking.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's play now D and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. There we go. You're a good dancer, I can see.
Oh god, D in the magic box.
You can ask me a question.
Turntables. So I'm going to ask you one of the questions which you asked me, because it did stick out. If you could ask for a miracle right now, what would it be?
Wow, great question. Great question. So many things, but two things. I'm going to answer 2 things. The first one is, this war happening right now, between Russia and Ukraine, Syria, all those places that I could never think that I would see that in my life. This happening right now. And when I think about that, I was like, my God, suffering, so many people suffering about that. I think I would ask for a miracle for that to end, literally, like overnight, the next day, just wake up, it's just ended. And I think that would be something. And the other part of the answer would be to open people's minds. That would be, you know, if I could have, if this miracle could be like for people to be more understanding, back to respect, as you mentioned before the
Yeah.
interview. Sometimes, including myself, you as well, there are things in life that you don't understand. You just don't understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, if you respect, it just is the basic you can do. Because you know, I remember when I arrived in London. I remember when actually, I'm gonna share a fun fact with you. I've been learning so much here through in the channel that I even open my mind to different things. For example, the first time I heard the word polyamorous was here on the show. And
Oh, really?
yes, it was. And actually, I was having this interview with this lovely man in Georgia, in the US. And we were doing the interview. And one point he said, "Oh, I'm going to visit. I was with my husband on holidays in Asia last week, and next week I'm gonna meet my boyfriend in another city." When he said that, I I felt I was confused. I was like, maybe I didn't understand what he said, and he could see that I was a bit confused as well. And he said, "William, because I'm on a polyamorous relationship," and I was like,
Mm.
"Tell me about it, polyamorous. I never heard this word before."
Yeah.
So back to your question, you know, I think this is about open mind. It's about you. If you don't know something, ask it, ask a question, ask
Yeah.
you know, for an explanation for that. And if it's something that's for you, for some reason, it doesn't, you don't understand, or you don't want to understand, or you don't want to get into it, just respect. I think that's the basic you can do. So if I could have the superpower, or ask for a miracle to somehow to, you know, to open people's minds about anything, you know, including myself as well, I think that would be something that people would be more understanding, people would be more together because of that. So yeah, that would be my two miracles
Mm.
for sure.
That's cool. I like that. I do.
Did you enjoy the interview, Dee?
I do indeed. Yeah. Absolutely. Um. Yeah. Great. Mission statement you've got as well. Just wanting to interview as many people as possible and talk to as many people.
Yeah.
It's a good little mission statement, and I wish you all the best in it. And also over 1,000 interviews you've done. And I remember I was on FaceTime with a girlfriend last night. I was on FaceTime with Rebecca last night, and she was like, um, and I was like, "Do you think I should do it?" Like, she saw it and she was like, "What is this guy asking for an interview?" I was like, "I don't know, some dude." But I didn't expect you to actually send me a message, and I was like, "You know what? He's went out of his way to ask me to appear on this show. Who knows what it could lead to? I'm in. Let's go." And it was probably one of the nicest experiences I've had with people from TikTok asking me for interviews. Um,
Oh,
but yeah,
nice one.
it's been a lovely experience. Thank you so much for having me on, William. I appreciate it.
Thanks again, Dee. And I think it's so great to talk to someone so young and we have this open-minded. I love that. I really like it. And not just that, for you to be able to expose, you know, something in your page, like as a pansexual and polyamorous, I think it's amazing. It's very brave because, as you know, sometimes we feel a bit afraid to tell about our sexuality or about, you know, our desires. And someone so young like you are so confident, and I love that. I think it's very inspiring because, you know, imagine people watch this interview right now and they see you so open about your sexuality, and you can encourage
Mhm.
people to be themselves as well and just follow their path. So thanks again for being so open and talk about it.
Thank
Before
you.
we go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Just live your life.
Hmm.
Don't worry about what people think. If people look at you with a weird expression, it's just because they're having less fun than you. If
Yeah,
people think that you're strange for whatever reason, whether your interest is not like a mainstream interest, if it's the fact that you don't drink or you don't go out and do loads of, as long as you're keeping yourself safe and you are happy, that is all that matters.
totally.
Just be happy, live your life, and more importantly, don't live don't live your life filled with hate. Don't live your life filled with hate for someone who you don't know.
Totally. Amazing.
Thank you very much.
So regards to your family, your parents and your partners, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay?
Awesome.
Take care.
Thank you very much. All right. Bye-bye, William.
Bye-bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.